I wake up in the middle of the night, a strange feeling gnawing at my gut. The house is too quiet, the kind of silence that feels wrong. I sit up in bed and glance at the clock. It's 2:15 a.m. Beside me, Karen sleeps soundly, her breathing slow and steady. She looks peaceful, almost angelic. I push down the sudden surge of anger. She's my wife. We've been married for 15 years. We have two beautiful kids, Emma and Jack. I run a hand through my hair and get out of bed, careful not to wake Karen. I head downstairs, the wooden steps creaking under my weight. The kitchen is dark, but I don't turn on the light. Instead, I lean against the counter, trying to calm my racing mind. Something feels off, but I can't put my finger on it. I think about our life together. We have a nice house in the suburbs, two cars, a dog named Max. I have a good job at a marketing firm, and Karen is a stay-at-home mom, taking care of the kids in the house. On the surface, everything seems perfect, but lately I've felt a distance growing between us. She's been distant, distracted. I thought it was just the stress of raising kids, but now I'm not so sure. I hear a faint buzzing sound and realize it's Karen's phone on the kitchen counter. Curiosity gets the better of me. I pick it up and see a message notification. It's from someone named Dr. Edward H. The message is short. "Can't wait to see you again. Last night was amazing." My heart stops. I scroll through the messages, my hands shaking. The conversation is explicit, filled with details that make my stomach churn. I can't believe what I'm reading. My wife, the woman I've loved and trusted for 15 years, is having an affair. And not just any affair. She's involved with a wealthy doctor. I feel a mix of rage and betrayal. My first instinct is to confront her, to wake her up and demand an explanation. But something holds me back. I need to think this through. I need proof, and I need to understand how long this has been going on. I put the phone down and head back upstairs. I stand in the doorway, watching Karen sleep. How could she do this to me? To us? I feel tears prickling at the corners of my eyes, but I blink them away. I can't afford to break down now. Not yet. I lie back down, but sleep doesn't come. My mind races with thoughts of Karen and this Dr. Edward. I think about our kids and my heart aches at the thought of losing them. They mean everything to me. As dawn breaks, I make a decision. I need to get a paternity test for Emma and Jack. If Karen has been unfaithful, I need to know if the kids are mine. The thought is unbearable, but I have to know the truth. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. Everything seems ordinary, but this one event has completely changed my life. I feel like I'm standing on the edge of a cliff, staring into the abyss. And there's no turning back. The next morning, I can barely look at Karen. My mind is racing with the messages I read last night. The kids come downstairs for breakfast and I force a smile. Emma and Jack chatter about their plans for the day. I watch them, a painful knot forming in my stomach. Are they really mine? Karen acts like everything is normal. She kisses me on the cheek and hands me a cup of coffee. "You seem off today," she says, her eyes filled with concern. I want to scream at her, to confront her about the text, but I hold back. I need more time to think. "I'm just tired," I say, taking a sip of the coffee. It tastes bitter. Everything does now. At work, I can't focus. My mind keeps drifting back to Karen's phone, to the messages from Dr. Edward. I Google him, finding his practice, his glowing reviews, his picture. He looks confident, successful, the kind of man women probably throw themselves at. My blood boils at the thought of him touching my wife. I decide to call a private investigator. I need concrete evidence. I can't just accuse Karen without proof. The PI, a gruff man named Rick, assures me he'll find out everything. "I'll get you the truth," he says. His confidence is reassuring, but it does little to ease the ache in my chest. Days pass, each one more torturous than the last. Rick updates me regularly. He's trailing Karen, gathering evidence. I feel a mix of hope and dread. I want to know the truth, but I'm terrified of what he might find. One evening, Rick calls me. "I've got something," he says. We meet in a dimly lit parking lot. He hands me a folder. Inside are photos of Karen and Dr. Edward. They're at a hotel, their bodies entwined, the passion clear in their eyes. I feel like I'm going to be sick. I stare at the photos, my heart pounding. Rick tells me they've been meeting for months. The betrayal cuts deep. I thank him, my voice hollow, and drive home in a daze. When I get home, Karen is in the kitchen making dinner. The kids are doing their homework at the table. It's a scene of domestic bliss, but it feels like a lie. I clutch the folder, my mind racing. I need to confront her, but I don't want the kids to see. Karen, we need to talk, I say, my voice shaking. She looks up, her brow furrowed. What's wrong? She asks, wiping her hands on a towel. Not here, I say, glancing at the kids. Upstairs. She follows me, confusion written all over her face. Once we're in our bedroom, I close the door and turn to face her. I toss the folder on the bed. Explain this, I demand. She opens the folder, her eyes widening as she sees the photos. Her face goes pale. I can explain, she stammers. Explain? I shout, my anger boiling over. You're cheating on me with him. I point to the photos, my hands shaking. Tears well up in her eyes. I'm sorry, she whispers. I never meant for you to find out like this. How long? I ask, my voice cold. How long have you been seeing him? 6 months, she says, her voice barely audible. I'm so sorry. It just happened. I didn't mean to hurt you. I laugh bitterly. Didn't mean to hurt me? You've destroyed everything. She reaches for me, but I step back. Don't touch me, I say. I can't even look at you right now. She breaks down, sobbing. Please, I'll end it. I'll do anything to make this right. It's too late for that, I say, my voice hard. You've ruined us. The next few days are a blur. I move into the guest room, unable to share a bed with her. The kids sense something is wrong, but I can't bring myself to tell them. I feel like I'm living in a nightmare. I schedule the paternity test. The waiting is excruciating. When the results come, they confirm my worst fears. Neither Emma nor Jack is mine. I collapse onto the floor, the pain overwhelming. Everything I thought I knew is a lie. Karen tries to talk to me, to explain, but I can't listen. I need space. I need to think. I decide to take a few days off work and go to a cabin in the woods. I need to clear my head, to figure out what to do next. The cabin is quiet, secluded. I spend hours sitting on the porch, staring at the trees, my mind numb. I think about the kids, about how much I love them. They're not mine biologically, but that doesn't change how I feel about them. They're still my children. I also think about Karen. Despite everything, a part of me still loves her, but the betrayal is too deep. I don't know if I can ever forgive her. One evening, there's a knock at the door. It's Rick. He's found more information. I thought you'd want to know, he says, handing me another folder. Inside are financial records showing that Karen and Dr. Edward have been siphoning money from our accounts. I feel a fresh wave of anger. They've not only betrayed me emotionally, but financially as well. Rick tells me he's got enough evidence to take them to court. You can ruin them, he says. I nod, feeling a grim satisfaction. They'll pay for what they've done. When I return home, Karen tries to talk to me, but I'm done listening. We're over, I say, my voice flat. I'm filing for divorce, and I'm taking you to court. Her eyes widen in fear. Please don't do this. Think of the kids. I am thinking of them, I say. They deserve better than this. I meet with my lawyer, a sharp, no-nonsense woman named Susan. She assures me we have a strong case. We'll make sure she gets what she deserves, she says. The divorce proceedings are brutal. Karen and Dr. Edward try to fight back, but the evidence is overwhelming. The judge rules in my favor, granting me a significant portion of our assets and custody of the kids. Karen is left with nothing. As I leave the courtroom, I feel a sense of closure. They thought they were smart, but I outsmarted them. They'll regret what they've done. I focus on rebuilding my life. The kids are my priority. I want to give them a stable, loving home. It's not easy, but I'm determined. One evening, Emma asked me why Mommy isn't coming home. I take a deep breath, trying to find the right words. Mommy made some bad choices, I say, but it's not your fault. I love you and Jack very much, and I'm going to take care of you. She nods, her eyes filled with tears. I love you, Daddy, she says, hugging me tightly. I love you too, sweetheart, I whisper, holding her close. As the days pass, I start to find a new sense of normalcy. I reconnect with old friends and even start dating again. It's a slow process, but I'm healing. Karen tries to contact me, but I ignore her calls. I'm done with her. She made her bed, now she has to lie in it. One day I receive a letter from Dr. Edward. He apologizes, begging for forgiveness. I tear it up and throw it away. I have no interest in his apologies. My focus is on the future. I want to provide the best life possible for Emma and Jack. They're my world. I take them to the park, and as I watch them play, I feel a sense of peace. We're going to be okay. We've been through hell, but we've come out stronger. As we drive home, Emma asks if we can get ice cream. I smile, feeling a warmth in my chest. Of course, sir, I say. Anything for you guys. We stop at the ice cream parlor, and as we sit together laughing and enjoying our treats, I realize that this is what matters. My children, their happiness. They may not be mine by blood, but they're mine in every way that counts. Life goes on. It's not easy, but I'm learning to find joy again. The pain of betrayal still lingers, but it's no longer the defining feature of my life. I've come a long way from that night when I first discovered the truth. I've faced my worst fears, and I've come out the other side, stronger, wiser, and ready for whatever comes next. The days after the divorce are a whirlwind. I focus on rebuilding my life and keeping things stable for Emma and Jack. But Karen and Dr. Edward aren't done with me. They've decided to fight the custody arrangement, and it looks like we're heading back to court. Susan, my lawyer, is confident. We've got this, she says, but I'm not so sure. I know they'll stop at nothing to hurt me. I spend my evenings going over everything with Susan, preparing for the trial. It feels like I'm living in a nightmare that won't end. Every time I think it's over, they drag me back in. The first court date looms and I can't sleep the night before. I sit in the living room staring at the ceiling. My mind races with a million what-ifs. What if they win? What if they take the kids from me? The day of the trial, I dress in my best suit. I want to show the court that I'm a responsible, loving father. Emma and Jack stay with a friend. I kiss them goodbye, trying to hide my anxiety. In court, Karen looks confident. She's wearing a sleek dress, and Dr. Edward sits beside her smirking. I feel my anger flare up. I want to wipe that smile off his face. The trial begins, and the tension is thick. The judge listens as both sides present their cases. Susan is brilliant, countering every argument with calm, calculated precision. But Karen's lawyer is no slouch either. They paint me as an unstable, vindictive man, using my anger against me. I take the stand, my hands shaking. I tell the court about the betrayal, about finding out the kids aren't mine. I speak from the heart, hoping the judge sees the truth. When Karen takes the stand, she cries, claiming she's a victim, that I've turned the kids against her. My heart pounds as Dr. Edward testifies. He's smooth, charming. He talks about how he loves Karen and the kids, how he wants to provide a stable home for them. I clench my fists, struggling to stay calm. After days of grueling testimony, the judge makes a decision. He grants me full custody, but Karen gets visitation rights. It's a victory, but it feels hollow. I know she'll never stop trying to undermine me. Karen approaches me outside the courtroom. "This isn't over," she says, her eyes cold. I don't respond. I walk away focusing on my kids. They're all that matter now. Life settles into a new routine. Emma and Jack adjust to the changes. They're resilient, stronger than I ever imagined. I do my best to be there for them, to give them the love and stability they need. But Karen's threats haunt me. She uses her visitation rights to poison the kids against me. They come back from weekends with her, confused and upset. I try to undo the damage, but it's an uphill battle. I meet a woman named Lisa. She's kind, understanding. She knows about my past and accepts it. We start dating, and for the first time in months, I feel a glimmer of hope. Lisa's good with the kids, and they like her. One evening after the kids are in bed, Lisa and I sit on the couch talking. She touches my arm, her eyes full of concern. "You're doing great," she says. "Don't let Karen get to you." I nod, but the tension never really leaves me. I've learned to live with it, but it's always there, a constant reminder of the chaos Karen brings. Then one night, I get a call from Rick, the PI. "You need to see this," he says, his voice urgent. We meet at his office. He hands me a file, and my blood runs cold. Inside are photos of Karen and Dr. Edward. They're planning something, a scheme to frame me, to take the kids away. My mind reels as I look at the evidence. They're going to plant drugs in my house, call the cops, and have me arrested. I thank Rick, my mind racing. I need to act fast. I call Susan, explaining the situation. She's calm, methodical. "We'll get ahead of this," she says. "Don't worry." The next day I prepare. I hide cameras around the house, ready to catch them in the act. It feels like I'm living in a spy movie, but this is my reality now. I need to protect my kids, no matter what. The night of the setup, I can barely breathe. I wait, every sound making me jump. Hours pass, and then I hear it. A car pulls up outside. I watch through the window as Karen and Dr. Edwards sneak into the house. My heart pounds as I see them planting the drugs. I catch everything on camera. They leave, and I call the cops, presenting the evidence. It's over quickly. They're arrested, and I feel a weight lift off my shoulders. But the battle isn't over. Karen's arrested, but she manages to get bail. The trial date is set, and I know I'll have to face her again. The kids are confused, scared. I try to reassure them to keep their lives as normal as possible. Lisa's a rock, her presence a calming influence in the storm. The day of the trial arrives. I stand in the courtroom, my heart pounding. Karen and Dr. Edward look smug, but I know I have the upper hand. I testify, presenting the evidence Rick gathered. Susan is brilliant, tearing apart their defense. The tension is palpable as the jury deliberates. Hours pass, and then they return with a verdict. Guilty. Karen and Dr. Edward are led away in handcuffs. I feel a mix of relief and sorrow. It's over, but the damage is done. Life goes on. I focus on rebuilding, on giving the kids a stable, loving home. Lisa becomes a permanent fixture in our lives. We grow closer, our bond strengthening with each passing day. One evening, after the kids are asleep, Lisa and I sit on the porch watching the sunset. She takes my hand, her touch gentle. "You did it," she says. "You protected your family." I nod, feeling a sense of peace. The journey has been brutal, but I've come out the other side stronger. I know there will be more challenges, but I'm ready. I have my kids, I have Lisa, and I have my strength. As the days pass, the scars begin to fade. The kids thrive, their laughter filling the house. I find joy in the small moments, in the everyday routines that make up our lives. One night as I tuck Emma and Jack into bed, they hug me tightly. "We love you, Dad," they say, their voices filled with warmth. I hold them close, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. "I love you too," I whisper, "always." In the quiet moments, I reflect on the journey, the betrayal, the pain, the struggle. It shaped me, made me who I am. And I know no matter what comes next, I'll face it head on, with the same determination and love that got me through the darkest times. As Lisa and I sit together, watching the stars, I feel a sense of hope. The future is uncertain, but it's also filled with possibility. I've faced the worst and survived. Now it's time to build something new, something strong and enduring. With Lisa by my side and my kids in my heart, I know we'll find our way. Together, we'll create a new beginning, a life filled with love, joy, and the promise of tomorrow. And as the night deepens, I hold on to that promise, knowing that no matter what, we'll face it together. The day of the final trial is here. I wake up early, my mind racing. I shower and dress in my best suit, trying to calm my nerves. Lisa's there, her presence soothing. She kisses me gently, her eyes full of encouragement. "You've got this," she says. I nod, feeling a bit more confident. I drop the kids off at school, their smiles giving me strength. "Good luck, Dad," Emma says, hugging me tightly. Jack gives me a thumbs up. I drive to the courthouse, my heart pounding. This is it, the culmination of everything. In the courtroom, Karen and Dr. Edwards sit across from me. They look smug, confident. I feel a surge of anger, but push it down. I need to stay focused. Susan is by my side, her presence a steadying force. The judge enters and the trial begins. The prosecution lays out their case, presenting the evidence Rick and I gathered. The photos, the financial records, the recordings, it's all there, painting a damning picture of Karen and Dr. Edwards' deceit. Karen takes the stand, her demeanor cool and collected. She spins a tale of victimhood, painting me as a controlling, vengeful husband. I clench my fists, anger simmering beneath the surface. When it's my turn, I speak calmly, presenting the truth. I talk about the betrayal, the lies, and the impact on our children. I can see the jury's faces. They're listening, understanding. Dr. Edward testifies next. He's smooth, charming, but Susan tears him apart on that cross-examination. She exposes his lies, his manipulation. The courtroom is tense, every word charged with emotion. After days of testimony, it's finally time for closing arguments. Susan is brilliant, summing up our case with precision and passion. Karen's lawyer does his best, but the evidence is overwhelming. The judge delivers the verdict, guilty on all counts. Karen and Dr. Edward are sentenced to prison. The courtroom erupts in whispers. I feel a weight lift off my shoulders. It's over. They've paid for what they've done. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarm. I give a brief statement, thanking Susan and Rick, but I'm eager to get home to my kids. Lisa is waiting for me, her smile radiant. "You did it," she says, hugging me tightly. I hold her close, feeling a sense of peace I haven't felt in a long time. Back home, Emma and Jack run to greet me. I scoop them up, laughing. "It's over," I say. "We're free." Life slowly returns to normal. The kids settle into a routine, their smiles brighter, their laughter more frequent. I focus on work, on providing a stable home. Lisa and I grow closer, our relationship deepening. She moves in, and we become a family. One evening, as we sit on the porch, Lisa takes my hand. "You've come so far," she says. "I'm proud of you." I nod, feeling a surge of gratitude. "I couldn't have done it without you," I say. We kiss, the connection between us strong and undeniable. But even as life improves, I can't shake the lingering shadows of the past. Karen's betrayal, the lies, the manipulation, they've left scars. I still wake up in the middle of the night, haunted by memories. Lisa is always there, her touch soothing, her presence a balm. One night, as we lie in bed, I tell her everything. Every fear, every doubt. She listens, her eyes full of understanding. "You're stronger than you think," she says. "You've been through hell, but you've come out the other side." Her words comfort me, but the past isn't so easily forgotten. I decide to see a therapist, to work through the trauma. It's a slow process, but I start to heal. I learn to forgive myself, to let go of the anger. As months pass, I find a new sense of normalcy. The kids thrive, their laughter filling the house. I find joy in the small moments, in the everyday routines that make up our lives. Lisa and I plan a future together, our bond stronger than ever. Then one day there's a knock at the door. It's Rick, his expression serious. "We need to talk," he says. We sit in the living room, and he lays out a new development. Karen and Dr. Edward are trying to appeal their convictions. My heart sinks. I thought it was over. Susan is confident we can beat the appeal, but I feel a fresh wave of anxiety. I can't go through this again, but I have no choice. I need to protect my family. We prepare for the new trial. It's a grueling process, but I'm stronger now. I've faced them before, and I can do it again. The trial is intense, the courtroom charged with tension. But Susan is relentless, dismantling their arguments piece by piece. The judge rules in our favor. The appeal is denied. Karen and Dr. Edward are led away, their faces etched with defeat. This time I feel a true sense of closure. It's finally over. Life moves on. I focus on the future, on building a happy, stable life for my kids. Lisa and I get married in a small, intimate ceremony. Emma and Jack are overjoyed, their smiles lighting up the day. As we stand together, hand in hand, I feel a sense of peace. The journey has been brutal, but I've come out the other side stronger. I know there will be more challenges, but I'm ready. With Lisa by my side and my kids in my heart, I know we'll face whatever comes next together. In the quiet moments, I reflect on the journey, the betrayal, the pain, the struggle. It's shaped me, made me who I am. And I know no matter what comes next, I'll face it head on with the same determination and love that got me through the darkest times. As the days pass, the scars begin to fade. The kids thrive, their laughter filling the house. I find joy in the small moments, in the everyday routines that make up our lives. One night, as I tuck Emma and Jack into bed, they hug me tightly. "We love you, Dad," they say, their voices filled with warmth. I hold them close, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. "I love you too," I whisper. "Always." Lisa and I sit together on the porch, watching the stars. She takes my hand, her touch gentle. "You've done it," she says. "You've protected your family." I nod, feeling a sense of peace. The journey has been brutal, but I've come out the other side stronger. I know there will be more challenges, but I'm ready. With Lisa by my side and my kids in my heart, I know we'll find our way. Together we'll create a new beginning, a life filled with love, joy, and the promise of tomorrow. And as the night deepens, I hold on to that promise, knowing that no matter what, we'll face it together. After the final trial, life starts to find a new rhythm. I wake up early, get the kids ready for school, and head to work. I throw myself into my job, finding solace in the routine. My boss, Mark, is supportive, giving me the flexibility I need. The office becomes a sanctuary, a place where I can focus and feel in control. At home, Lisa is a rock. She takes care of Emma and Jack, helping them with their homework and driving them to their activities. Her presence brings a sense of stability and warmth to the house. I feel grateful for her every day. One evening, after the kids are in bed, Lisa and I sit on the couch, a bottle of wine between us. "You've been amazing," I say, taking her hand. "I don't know what I'd do without you." She smiles, her eyes sparkling. "We're in this together," she says. "I love you, and I love the kids. We're a family now." Her words fill me with warmth. We kiss, and it quickly turns passionate. Our clothes come off, and we move to the bedroom. The connection between us is electric, every touch and kiss intensifying the desire. We make love, our bodies moving together in perfect harmony. It's not just physical, it's emotional, a reaffirmation of our bond. The next morning, I wake up with a renewed sense of purpose. There's a lot to do. I need to finalize the paperwork for the new house we're buying. It's a beautiful place with a big yard for the kids to play in. Lisa and I have spent hours planning how we'll decorate it, making it truly ours. I also need to follow up with Susan. Even though the appeal is over, there are still loose ends to tie up. We need to ensure Karen and Dr. Edward can't cause any more trouble. Susan is relentless, her attention to detail reassuring. "We'll make sure they don't have a leg to stand on," she says. As the weeks pass, the new house begins to feel like home. The kids love it, their laughter filling the rooms. We have a housewarming party, inviting friends and neighbors. It's a joyful occasion, a symbol of our fresh start. But the shadows of the past linger. I still have moments of doubt, times when the betrayal feels fresh. I talk to Lisa about it, and she listens, her support unwavering. "You're healing," she says. "It takes time." One afternoon, I get a call from Rick. He has some final updates for me. We meet at a coffee shop, and he hands me a folder. "This should close the book on everything," he says. The folder contains final details about Karen and Dr. Edwards' financial schemes. It's more than enough to ensure they can't appeal again. I thank Rick, feeling a sense of closure. I can finally put this chapter behind me. Back home, I sit with Lisa and show her the folder. "It's over," I say, relief in my voice. "Really over." She smiles and kisses me. "I'm so proud of you," she says. "You've come so far." That night, we celebrate. We open a bottle of champagne and toast to our future. The kids join us, and we laugh and talk late into the night. It feels like a turning point, a moment where the weight of the past finally lifts. The next day, I take the kids to the park. We play soccer, their laughter filling the air. Watching them, I feel a deep sense of contentment. They've been through so much, but they're resilient. They're happy. As we walk home, Emma takes my hand. "I love our new house," she says, "and I love having Lisa here." "I do too," I say, squeezing her hand. We're lucky to have her. Life continues to improve. I start seeing a therapist, working through the remaining issues. It's a slow process, but I begin to feel lighter, more at peace. I learn to forgive myself, to let go of the anger and pain. One evening, Lisa and I sit on the porch watching the sunset. She leans against me, her head on my shoulder. "We've come a long way," she says. "We have," I agree, feeling a sense of accomplishment. "And there's so much more ahead." We talk about the future, our dreams and plans. It feels good to look forward, to imagine a life filled with happiness and love. We've built a strong foundation, and I know we can handle whatever comes our way. As the months pass, the scars of the past begin to fade. The kids thrive in their new school, making friends and excelling in their activities. Lisa and I grow closer, our bond deepening with each passing day. One afternoon, as we sit in the backyard, Lisa takes my hand. "I've been thinking," she says, "I want to adopt Emma and Jack. Make it official." Her words take my breath away. I look at her, seeing the love and determination in her eyes. "Are you sure?" I ask. "Absolutely," she says. "They're my family too. I want to make it legal." We talk to the kids about it, and they're overjoyed. Emma hugs Lisa tightly. "I'd love that," she says. "You're like a mom to us." The adoption process is long and complicated, but we navigate it together. When it's finally complete, we have a small celebration. It's a symbolic moment, a true blending of our family. As we sit together surrounded by love and laughter, I feel a deep sense of gratitude. We've been through so much, but we've come out stronger. We're a family bound by love and resilience. One evening, as we lie in bed, I look at Lisa and feel a surge of emotion. "I love you," I say, my voice filled with sincerity. "I love you too," she replies, her eyes shining. "Forever." In the quiet moments, I reflect on our journey, the pain, the struggle, the healing. It's shaped us, made us who we are. And I know, no matter what comes next, we'll face it together. With Lisa by my side and my kids in my heart, I feel ready for anything. We've created a new beginning, a life filled with love, joy, and the promise of tomorrow. As the days turn into weeks and weeks into months, we continue to build our life. The kids grow, their laughter a constant reminder of how far we've come. Lisa and I plan trips, create traditions, and make memories. Each moment is a step forward, a testament to our strength and love. One night as we sit by the fire, Lisa leans into me. "We've built something beautiful," she says. "We have," I agree, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment, and it's only going to get better. We kiss, the connection between us as strong as ever. In that moment, I know we're ready for whatever the future holds. We've faced the darkest times and come out stronger. Together, we'll continue to create a life filled with love, joy, and endless possibilities. And as the night deepens, I hold on to that promise, knowing that no matter what, we'll face it together. Our journey is just beginning, and with Lisa by my side and my kids in my heart, I know we'll find our way. I wake up to another quiet morning in our new home. The sun is just rising, casting a warm glow through the curtains. I lie in bed, Lisa nestled beside me, her breath soft and steady. I take a moment to savor the peace, knowing how hard we've fought for this. I slip out of bed, careful not to wake her, and head downstairs. The house is still, the only sound the hum of the refrigerator. I make coffee and step onto the porch, the cool morning air refreshing. My thoughts drift to Karen and Dr. Edward. They're behind bars now, but their shadows still linger in the corners of my mind. I shake off the thought and focus on the present. The kids will be up soon, and the day will begin. Today is special. We're finalizing the adoption. Emma and Jack will officially be Lisa's. It's a big step, one that fills me with pride and relief. Lisa comes down a little while later, her hair tousled from sleep. She smiles when she sees me. "Morning," she says, leaning in for a kiss. "Ready for today?" "More than ready," I say, feeling a rush of affection. We sit together, drinking coffee and talking about the plans for the day. The kids come down, their excitement contagious. They're dressed up, their faces glowing with happiness. The drive to the courthouse is filled with chatter and laughter. Emma and Jack are animated, talking about everything they'll do with their official mom. Lisa and I exchange smiles, our hearts full. The courtroom is bright and airy, a stark contrast to the last time I was here. The judge is kind, his words warm and supportive. The process is quick but meaningful. When he declares the adoption final, Emma and Jack run to Lisa, hugging her tightly. Tears well up in my eyes as I watch them. This is our new beginning. Back home, we celebrate with a small party. Friends and neighbors join us, filling the house with joy. Lisa and I steal moments together, sharing looks that speak volumes. We've made it through the storm. But later that night, as I sit on the porch alone, I feel a familiar unease. There's still something unresolved, a loose end that needs tying up. Karen and Dr. Edward may be gone, but their influence lingers. I need to confront it, to put it to rest once and for all. The next day I visit Rick. He's surprised to see me, but welcomes me in. "What's up?" he asks, sensing my tension. "I need closure," I say. "I need to see Karen." Rick's eyebrows raise. "You sure about that?" I nod. It's the only way I'll be able to move on completely. He makes a few calls and the visit is arranged. I drive to the prison, my mind a whirlwind of emotions. Seeing her again will be hard, but it's necessary. The visitor's room is cold and sterile. I sit at a small table, my heart pounding. When Karen walks in, she looks different. The arrogance is gone, replaced by a weary resignation. She sits across from me, her eyes searching mine. "Why are you here?" she asks, her voice flat. "I need to understand," I say. "Why did you do it? Why did you destroy our family?" She looks down, her shoulders slumping. "I don't know," she whispers. "I was unhappy, and Edward, he promised me a different life. I was stupid." Her words don't absolve her, but they offer a glimpse into her mind. We talk for a while, and I feel a strange mix of anger and pity. She's lost everything. And for what? A fleeting fantasy? When I leave, I feel lighter. The confrontation doesn't change the past, but it helps me let go of some of the bitterness. I drive home, feeling a sense of closure. Back at the house, Lisa and the kids greet me with smiles. We spend the evening together, the warmth of our new family wrapping around me. As I tuck Emma and Jack into bed, they hug me tightly. "We love you, Dad," they say. "Thank you for everything." "I love you too," I whisper, my heart full. In the weeks that follow, life continues to improve. The kids thrive, their happiness a constant source of joy. Lisa and I grow closer, our bond stronger than ever. We plan trips, create new traditions, and savor every moment. One night, as Lisa and I sit on the porch, she takes my hand. "You've done it," she says. "You've rebuilt your life." I nod, feeling a deep sense of satisfaction. "We've done it," I correct. "Together." We kiss, the connection between us deep and enduring. In that moment, I know we're ready for whatever the future holds. We face the darkest times and come out stronger. But then, out of the blue, we receive a letter from Dr. Edward. It's a desperate plea for forgiveness, a last-ditch effort to make amends. Lisa and I read it together, our emotions a mix of anger and pity. He's lost everything and is now trying to salvage some shred of dignity. "Do we respond?" Lisa asks, her brow furrowed. "No," I say firmly. "We've moved on. He doesn't deserve any more of our energy." She nods and we burn the letter together, watching the past go up in smoke. It's a symbolic act, a final severing of the ties that bound us to that nightmare. Life moves forward, and with each passing day, the past fades further. The kids excel in school, their laughter filling the house. Lisa and I continue to build our life together, planning for the future. One evening, as we sit by the fire, Lisa rests her head on my shoulder. "We've built something beautiful," she says softly. "We have," I agree, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "And it's only going to get better." We talk about our dreams, our plans. It feels good to look forward, to imagine a life filled with happiness and love. We've built a strong foundation, and I know we can handle whatever comes our way. As the months pass, the scars of the past begin to fade. The kids thrive, their laughter a constant reminder of how far we've come. Lisa and I grow closer, our bond deepening with each passing day. One day we decide to take a trip to the beach. The kids are ecstatic, their excitement infectious. We spend the day playing in the sand, swimming in the ocean, and laughing together. It's a perfect day, a symbol of our new beginning. As the sun sets, we sit on the beach, watching the waves. Emma and Jack snuggle between us, their eyes shining with happiness. Lisa takes my hand, her touch gentle and reassuring. "We've come a long way," she says, her voice filled with emotion. "We have," I agree, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. And there's so much more ahead. In the quiet moments, I reflect on our journey. The pain, the struggle, the healing. It shaped us, made us who we are. And I know no matter what comes next, we'll face it together. With Lisa by my side and my kids in my heart, I feel ready for anything. We've created a new beginning, a life filled with love, joy, and the promise of tomorrow. As the days turn into weeks and weeks into months, we continue to build our life. The kids grow, their laughter a constant reminder of how far we've come. Lisa and I plan trips, create traditions, and make memories. Each moment is a step forward, a testament to our strength and love. One night as we sit by the fire, Lisa leans into me. "We've built something beautiful," she says. "We have," I agree, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "And it's only going to get better." We kiss, the connection between us as strong as ever. In that moment, I know we're ready for whatever the future holds. We face the darkest times and come out stronger. Together, we'll continue to create a life filled with love, joy, and endless possibilities. And as the night deepens, I hold on to that promise, knowing that no matter what, we'll face it together. Our journey is just beginning, and with Lisa by my side and my kids in my heart, I know we'll find our way. The day starts with the sun streaming through the windows. I wake up feeling refreshed, Lisa beside me. The past few months have been a whirlwind of changes, but we've settled into a rhythm that feels right. As I get out of bed, I think about everything we've been through and how far we've come. In the kitchen, the kids are already awake, their laughter filling the house. Emma is making pancakes while Jack sets the table. I smile watching them. They've grown so much, their resilience and joy a constant source of inspiration. Lisa joins us, her presence a calming anchor. Over breakfast, we talk about our plans for the day. It's a Saturday, and we've decided to spend it at the park. The kids are excited, their faces lighting up with anticipation. As we finish eating, I feel a deep sense of contentment. This is what I fought for, what I've worked so hard to protect. At the park, we spread out a blanket under a big oak tree. The kids run off to play, their laughter echoing through the air. Lisa and I sit together watching them. She leans against me, her touch warm and comforting. "This is perfect," she says softly. "It is," I agree, my heart full. We talk about the future, our dreams and plans. It feels good to look forward, to imagine a life filled with happiness and love. We've built a strong foundation, and I know we can handle whatever comes our way. As the afternoon fades into evening, we pack up and head home. The kids are tired but happy, their energy spent from a day of play. At home, we have a simple dinner, and then Lisa and I tuck them into bed. They fall asleep quickly, their faces peaceful. In the quiet of the night, Lisa and I sit on the porch, the stars shining brightly above us. She takes my hand, her fingers entwined with mine. "We've come a long way," she says, her voice filled with emotion. "We have," I agree, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. And there's so much more ahead. Our life continues to evolve. The kids thrive in school, their confidence growing with each passing day. Lisa and I find joy in the everyday moments, the small routines that make up our lives. We plan trips, create new traditions, and make memories. Each moment is a step forward, a testament to our strength and love. One evening, as we sit by the fire, Lisa rests her head on my shoulder. "We've built something beautiful," she says softly. "We have," I agree, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "And it's only going to get better." We kiss, the connection between us deep and enduring. In that moment, I know we're ready for whatever the future holds. We've faced the darkest times and come out stronger. Together, we'll continue to create a life filled with love, joy, and endless possibilities. As the days turn into weeks and weeks into months, we continue to build our life. The kids grow, their laughter a constant reminder of how far we've come. Lisa and I grow closer, our bond deepening with each passing day. One day we decide to take a trip to the beach. The kids are ecstatic, their excitement infectious. We spend the day playing in the sand, swimming in the ocean, and laughing together. It's a perfect day, a symbol of our new beginning. As the sun sets, we sit on the beach, watching the waves. Emma and Jack snuggle between us, their eyes shining with happiness. Lisa takes my hand, her touch gentle and reassuring. "We've come a long way," she says, her voice filled with emotion. "We have," I agree, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. "And there's so much more ahead." In the quiet moments, I reflect on our journey. The pain, the struggle, the healing. It's shaped us, made us who we are. And I know no matter what comes next, we'll face it together. With Lisa by my side and my kids in my heart, I feel ready for anything. We've created a new beginning, a life filled with love, joy, and the promise of tomorrow. As the days turn into weeks and weeks into months, we continue to build our life. The kids grow, their laughter a constant reminder of how far we've come. Lisa and I plan trips, create traditions, and make memories. Each moment is a step forward, a testament to our strength and love. One night as we sit by the fire, Lisa leans into me. "We've built something beautiful," she says. "We have," I agree, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "And it's only going to get better." We kiss. The connection between us is strong as ever. In that moment, I know we're ready for whatever the future holds. We face the darkest times and come out stronger. Together, we'll continue to create a life filled with love, joy, and endless possibilities. And as the night deepens, I hold on to that promise, knowing that no matter what, we'll face it together. Our journey is just beginning, and with Lisa by my side and my kids in my heart, I know we'll find our way.